What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your warden, Dimitri Shrine, and today, it's about time I actually reviewed this damn update, huh? Usually I do that on the day of or the day after, but it's been like 16 weeks? That's about how long it feels like since the update happened, and I've yet to talk about it, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna say this right now, my muscle memory is not a fan. Because they decided to change a whole bunch of bullshit around on the menus, and they changed up the ordering of the tags here. What the hell? Oh, they changed up the ordering of the tags here. I don't know why that's like that, but whatever. Like up here used to be like Sun Family and Vegeta Family, but now they're down here. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. They added the ultra rarity, which is cool. Like the rest of the stuff here is pretty damn cool. I can actually like search for Z abilities and shit. Like that's cool. But I don't know why they felt the need to rearrange the placement of certain tags and icons on the menu screen. It seems pretty pointless to me, but whatever. They also got rid of the present button. There's no longer a present button. So I don't know if they moved it somewhere else and I just haven't found it yet. But at least as far as I know, I can only go to it here. Also, I need to use these damn platinum coins. It's very weird. My muscle memory is really not a fan of this shit. But outside of that, I mean, aesthetically, it's about fucking time that these things looked different. I kind of wish the icon for the events, PvP and all that was different. Like, I'm so sick of looking at Trunks' side face, and I'm so sick of looking at Goku versus Vegeta for PvP. But I mean, at least the actual like textures of everything is different. So there's that. The summon screen is actually Goku and not just a figure of Goku, a fucking shadow of Goku. I do wish they had changed this stuff here, like the party formation, equipment, soul boosting, all that, just to make these things look nicer. It's like they kind of half-assed it in a way. Certain things that I wish were different aren't different. Some things that I wished were different are different. Like, I'm so glad this whole thing here looks different, but I don't think it looks different enough, and they changed its positioning. It's so weird. I suppose this is a situation where you can't please everybody, right? I just want too much. But, I mean, to be fair, I've been looking at the same bullshit for 3 years, alright? Is it so bad that I want a more drastic change? Is that too much to ask? Like, genuinely, is it too much to ask for a more drastic change in terms of look? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I am genuinely asking for too much here. It doesn't look bad. I like what they have done. I just wish they did more. Obviously, my favorite things ever, Hoi Poi coins are back, and they're a bit different this time. We got steps this time. I kind of just wished it was the 1 600 LFC power reward rather than 2 100s. But I think the reason they did that was because these things have been coming back a lot. And if they're giving away 600 Legends Limited Z power every single time the Hoi Poi coins come back, you're gonna be starring up LFs like it's nothing, right? So I feel like this is a decent trade-off. They'll give you less Legends Limited Z power each time, but the Hoi Poi coins might be coming back more often or keep the same frequency as they have been, which has been roughly once a month, which I am completely fine with. If we get Hoi Poi coins once every month to once every other month, I am perfectly okay with that. And if we do keep that kind of schedule, then I'm fine with getting 200 Legends Limited Z power. You can still, like, honestly, I would say the 100 Legends Limited Z powers are pretty valuable since you can get a unit from 2 to 3 stars and everyone wants those 3-star Z abilities. So these are not completely useless. I'm completely fine with it. We can also get 500 crystals out of the Hoi Poi coins. Maybe this is where they finally decided to put the 500 crystals from the goddamn Ultra Space Time Rush, which if they did, you're welcome, because that was my idea. I'm not even kidding. If that's the case, if these things are here the next time the Hoi Poi coins come out, you're welcome, because that was my idea, and I know those fuckers watch my videos. In terms of other things that have come out recently, we did get the multi-Z power battle, limit break battle here, which is always good. The new style of raid, I am a huge huge fan of how they structured the raid this time. I have always despised the fact that the raid boss had a limited amount of health. The fact that it was possible to defeat the raid boss always irritated the shit out of me, because that's not how a raid should work. The raid should just be, do this, do a certain amount of damage, get rewards for hitting certain damage milestones. That's how raids should be, and that's how the raids are this time. As you can see, I haven't been playing the raid too much. I've mainly just been trying to do some other things, but we do have actual worldwide damage dealt rewards. Personally, I also think you should get personal rewards for getting a, personal amount of damage done, but these are just fine. You get a shit ton of fucking medals out of this. And then the combat rewards, this is where all of your crystals are going to come from. These are where the 1,000 crystals are going to come from, which is fine. I'm perfectly fine with this. It's not going to take you that long to get to 7,200 points. And the fact that the raid now lasts a week instead of just a weekend makes it a lot easier to do. So I love this new style of raid. I hope all raids are like this in the future. The fact that it was even possible to defeat the raid bosses, like I said, was just straight bullshit. The raid should have always been do a certain amount of damage and get rewards for it. And realistically, you don't even have to fucking play the raid. Just do, I'm sure you have to do the raid one time so you can actually get the rewards. But even still, I have no idea. I didn't read the fucking news. But you don't even have to, really do it. If you don't care about the crystals and you kind of just want the shit from the exchange shop, just sit back and let everyone else do the job for you. Get those damn medals, man. So, I absolutely love the new raid. Now, the Battle Gauntlet. Battle Gauntlet. So, as you can see, I'm only on floor 88. I am hopelessly bored with this mode. Let me just ask one question. Why was this a 100 battle event when you could literally skip the first 69 battles? What was the point? Why wasn't it just a 30 battle event? Honestly, what was the point? You could just skip the first 69 battles. Why was it not just a 30 battle event with one extra, bonus battle, making it 31? I don't understand. Why did you include 69 extra battles for me to just skip? Because that's exactly what I did. Of course, if you give me the option to skip an opponent that's only level 1,000, I'm going to skip that shit. What annoys me is that this sets a precedent for the future of PvE. This tells me that instead of making events, instead of trying to make PvE more fun and interesting, they're just going to make more events where you can just skip through the entire thing until it actually starts getting harder. And by harder, I mean they just have too much health. The only reason why I wouldn't have been able to skip to level 100 or floor 100 if they let me would have just simply been because of the fact that this game has a weird way of calculating whether or not you win or not. It's honestly just based on your stats and not actually what your units can do. Just kind of dumb, but whatever, man. I've been beating the event faster with Android 18 than I have with three of your top boost units. Vegeta, 17, and Champa. 3 of your 5 boost units together beat the earlier stages slower than Zenkai Android 18 has been beating the later stages. Shows you how great these units are. Now, admittedly, I have Vegeta at 2 stars and 18 is at 14 stars, 1400%, but fact remains, man, what the fuck is the point of the boost unit having the boost if he isn't even the best option to use for the fucking event? I don't know, man. It took me fucking 3-4 minutes to beat stages 75 with Vegeta, and yet it takes me about 15 seconds to beat stage 80 with fucking 18. It's so stupid. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of the battle gauntlet. There's no reason for the skippable battles to exist. Just make the event shorter. And I don't like how this just tells me that they're not gonna bother with PvE. They're just gonna make events skippable to a certain point, just to keep you logged into the game for those extra like 10 minutes that it takes for you to skip all of those stages, and then that's it. It's lazy. It's laziness at its finest. We do get some crystals out of it, so whatever. It's 1,000 crystals. I believe you get 700 from the missions, and then you get 3,000 for beating the event. So, like, actually doing the event, you get about 300, and then you get 700 from the missions, which you complete by completing the event. So, in total, it's 1,000 crystals. So, whatever, I guess. I'm not that big a fan. In terms of the ultimate equipment collection, there's only one goddamn equipment here, so I don't know what's so ultimate about it. Why is my game running at ass frames per second? Kaba Zenkai, he doesn't really replace anyone, but he's a decent option. I see him as nothing more than a Zenkai buffer for Vados or Jiren, but if you don't have either of them, then he's a damn good option to use. I'm not too excited about him. He doesn't, you know, rock my socks or anything. What else is there? What the hell else did they do? Why is my game running at 15 frames per second? What is this nonsense? Okay, what the hell did they do? Right, battle version. What did you... Right, Perfect Vanish. Instead of removing Perfect Vanish, they made it easier to tell when you got one, so... Fuck us, right? This really shows us that you're listening, right? You've had your entire community universally hate Perfect Vanish and have been telling you to get rid of it for years, and yet instead of removing it, you actually made it easier to use. Okay, fuck yourself then. Just to damage the combos. No, I actually don't know what they did here. There was a technique for recovering key and other resources, but taking no action. Avoided the penalties of key recovery speed. This gave an advantage to characters with high card draw speed. What the hell did they do though? Acquisition rate that are applied to combos using... What did they do? I don't know. I'm too lazy to read it. They kind of didn't really do anything of value here. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, aesthetically, I love the update. In practice though, in practicality, does it improve my enjoyment of the game in any way? No. The raid, yes. I think the new format for the raid is easily the best part of this entire update. The Gauntlet is the worst. The aesthetics are whatever. And the battle system is almost completely unchanged. So I would give, in turn, I would give this update a 6 out of 10. I didn't hate anything about it, but the raid is the only thing that genuinely excited me. So, I mean, I said I didn't hate anything about it. I did kind of hate the battle gauntlet. I think it's just bad. I think it's just straight bad. But there's enough stuff here that I'm either neutral to or actually liked for me to give it a 6 out of 10, which is a D. That's still a passing grade, technically. You can pass with a D. So, I mean, it's still a passing grade. It's not a good grade, but it's a passing grade. Not excited by the update, but I'm not mad about it either. Let me know what you guys thought about the update in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that join button if you can, it really does help the channel out. All the links you could ever want are in the description down below, and I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace.